Hey everybody, welcome to the Gootz cast with your old pal Ray Gootz. Special Sunday night one because we just had In Your House. I'm wearing my shirt to commemorate the event. I'm here with Andrew Lee. Andrew, what's up?
Hey, and you got the other. I want the other dog. I don't want that dog. I want the other dog.
The other dog is asleep. If you're listening to the audio version, my dog's on my lap. The other dog is asleep in his bed. He had a long in her bed. She had a long day. So
She snores.
no,
Matilda, right?
no, she's a perv. She
Yeah,
doesn't snore.
that's a Boston. That's a
Terrier.
French bulldog, right?
No, Boston Terrier.
That's a Boston Terrier.
Yeah,
What the fuck's a French bulldog?
I don't know.
Oh, it looks okay. Never mind. That's close. Boston Terriers are cute. I love the way they look.
So we just watched In Your House NXT Takeover. I thought that full transparency. I thought this was probably the weakest takeover I've ever seen.
You know, I was having a discussion about this with Matt Marin and Mark Henley and Josh Wells and actually James Mattern as well. We were in a group discussion while we were watching, which you're actually a part of.
But I never participate.
I know because you think you're too cool for school. But anyways, we were at the end of the show, we were saying how this is probably the worst takeover, but that's only by takeover standards. It's still not a bad show.
It's not very good, but it's not bad. My thing is NXT is really directionalist right now. Like it doesn't feel. I don't feel like I'm watching the future. I feel like I'm watching ECW from 2008.
I disagree.
All right, well, let's go match by match.
Yeah. Well, we start off with Todd Pettengill.
Todd Pettengill, by the way, best part of the whole
night. Some parts. All parts. This part where he introduced In Your House, going, "Hey, I'm Todd Pettengill. I don't know if you remember me, but I was here 25 years ago," and he show you old clips where he had long hair and everything. I liked it. I like that whole nostalgia thing. And then as soon as he does the intro for what you're gonna be watching, we get. I thought it was Damian Priest looking into the camera, but it's not. It's some band. They're called Cold Orange. I think they were singing the song underneath. There's a crowd. Did you notice that Kona Reeves is back? He's in the crowd.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, he's in the crowd.
Did you also notice this song was fucking garbage?
Did you notice that the bass player was probably on coke?
Yeah, it was a fucking horrendous. Dude, they're like going for like this. Oh, it's the '90s, but this song reminded me of so many shitty bands from the 2000s. And it's like it's 2020, and it was a fucking it's a horrendous song, the Code Orange song.
NXT is also the developmental territory for like upcoming bands. They always get these like upcoming bands to like play their fucking intros for these takeovers. I'm like, I've never heard of these bands. I don't want to hear about them anymore again. Yeah. By the way, the set looks great. It's a performance center, but what they did was they took out that little ramp and instead they just made it flat, and they put a frame of a house, one window, one living room window, one door, and the garage. The garage is where the people will be coming out of. It's basically like, the entrance, and the window is the Tron. So it looks really cool. Everybody will start coming out of the garage area, and we go right into our first match. It's the 3-on-3. We got Shotzi coming out first, then Tegan Knox and Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai, Raquel Gonzalez, and Candice LeRae, who's now wearing some wings because she's the Poison Pixie. Not a bad opening match. This is not a bad opening. You know what was a little annoying was, by the way, there was a live. It did mention that it was live. Was this whole show live? Because it did say it was live.
This was live. They taped the Adam Cole match a while ago.
Yeah, but this whole thing was live, right?
Yeah, everything but Adam Cole was live, yes.
Okay, yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, I will get into that in a little bit, but before this match, before anybody even locks up, did you notice the crowd who's on NXT, they started chanting, "This is awesome," before there was even a lockup?
Yeah, I think they got instructions on to do that.
I was like, you guys are just as shitty as regular indie wrestling fans. just to chant this before it even starts? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, there's a spot where, it's a standard match, 3-on-3. There's a spot where everybody starts diving to the outside. If you like that, that's for you. Mia Yim and Candice LeRae start brawling all the way to the back through the garage. They're no longer in this match. Now it's a basic tag team match. Tegan Nox hits the shiniest wizard on Dakota Kai for the win. The good faces win. I thought this was a fine opening match. What'd you think?
It was good. Here's my problem though. A lot of these girls need new gear, and they need to differentiate some of these chicks.
Yeah,
because it was hard. The only one who really stood out was Shotzi Blackheart to me. It was a good match, but it's like I still can't tell the difference between Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai. It looks like a woman fighting herself.
Yeah, no.
And that other girl, Aaliyah, looked like Sonya Deville. And Candice LeRae needs that hair color is fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm. Raquel Gonzalez stands out because she's ginormous. Mm-hmm. Mia Yim stands out because
was Raquel Gonzalez the one with the?
She was the really big one, the really big girl.
She looks like Sonya Deville,
but she's like much bigger.
It doesn't matter. It still looks like Sonya Deville to me.
Yeah. What do you call it?
She was dressed like Sonya.
Mia Yim she's all blue, like her hair is blue, her gear is blue. Dakota Kai and
Tegan
Nox, they almost look like they're wearing the same gear. It looks like they both have a spider image on their gear. And that's where I'm like saying, yeah, I will agree. Those two definitely need to one of them needs to fucking change.
I mean, I liked the match, but sometimes it was hard to like, it just was like, okay, these are just 6 random women fighting. None of them really stood out except for Shotzi Blackheart.
Shotzi definitely stands out.
But it was okay.
Shotzi is maybe going to become like the female Jeff Hardy. She's just going to take these like unnecessary bumps and shit like that. So, and she got the colorful hair, but not a bad opener, like I said.
Yeah.
Then we get our first good humor cookie sandwich ice cream commercial. They get a whole bunch of NXT guys eating it at the end. Eric Bugenhagen screams at the end. Yeah, I mean, I kind of really wanted one of those cookies, so I guess job well done. If it makes you want one.
The only problem with this was the guy they had do the impression of Lord Alfred Hayes was fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
It sounded really bad. I was like, that was the best you could get?
Well, if you watch NWA Power, they actually do the same thing. They say the same thing. And I noticed that in both cases, in NWA Power and on this show, the guy doing the voice, he's doing it also a little sarcastically. So he's not really taking it seriously. I didn't think he was. But the point is, I want one of these fucking cookie ice cream things. My birthday's coming up. If anybody is figuring I need to get him something, just letting you guys know. Look delicious. Match number 2, we got Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Standard match. It's going all right. There's this moment where Damian Priest, he had, thrown Finn Balor to the steps, and then he like set it up, and then he gets up on and then they wrestle some more, and then they come back where he's trying to, basically he's standing on the apron, he's trying to crucifix bomb Finn Balor onto the steps. Finn weasels his way out, and then he kicks Damian Priest in the face, and Damian falls back first from the apron down to the single step. That looked like it was painful. Rolls him back in, hits 2 coup de grace. Finn Balor wins. I like this match. It wasn't the best match in the world, but that one spot was pretty fucking sick.
I like the match too. I enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. Here's my problem though. This was the match where Mauro started to get on my fucking nerves tonight. He really is a horrible announcer.
There's gonna be a moment where I'm gonna talk about for the next match where I kind of do agree with you. Mauro is not really that good as an announcer, and he was more bearable tonight, I thought.
He kind of calmed down after this match. I feel like somebody told him, because he wasn't as intense. Like this match, he was screaming. You think he has like brain farts? Because he was screaming every move. Like Damian Priest could like walk across the ring. He's walking across the ring! Like he was just screaming every move. Do you think like sometimes he has like episodes in the middle of like announcing?
Well, I think he has that illness.
I know. We always gotta then don't do the job. I mean, I don't know. Like, if I didn't have any arms, I wouldn't go work in construction. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
He just was screaming every move in this match, and these guys weren't being that intense. I didn't think it was that intense of a match to be screaming every move.
If anybody wants to know, like, at least what my standard of what an announce team should be, they should either watch either Excalibur and Taz or Nigel McGuinness and what's his fucking name? Vic Joseph. Those two are great. If you watch a lot of NXT UK, those two are great on it. We miss you, Nigel. I'll say
But
that.
anyway, about this, back to this match. This match was fine. This was a
that was a sick bump, right? Where he fell off the apron. I thought so when Damian Priest falls off the apron and he lands on the steps, he also lands on the steps and then he like rolls. The momentum makes him fall off the steps. I think what was supposed to happen was he was supposed to land on the steps and stay there, and then Finn Balor was going to do the coup de grace onto him on the steps. So because he rolled off due to momentum, they couldn't do that. That's what I figured.
The only thing I would say is I think it's time to get Finn Balor off NXT, put him back on Raw, SmackDown.
You know what? That's so funny because I thought I was doing the same thing I was thinking. You put him on NXT hoping to get some kind of boost in ratings or something. None of that happened. Just let's put him on SmackDown. I feel like, or Raw. Actually, yeah, Raw or SmackDown, I guess. And what I would then do is maybe, I don't know, you move somebody else on top down to NXT.
Yeah, it's not.
Have like a rotation thing. You know,
it's not really doing anything for Finn Balor to like be on NXT at this point.
He's not even challenging for the title.
He should be the fucking champion at this. If you're gonna have him on NXT, he should be the champion.
Well, one thing they were gonna do, they were trying to have him go after Walter.
Yeah, but then the COVID.
Yeah, because of that fucking changed everything.
Well, then Wednesday when they do. They should have him go after Cole.
I would have really loved it if he went after Walter and he beat Walter and then he was the NXT UK champion and
that would have been good, but
that would have been fucking awesome. But you know,
you can't do that now because we're all gonna die.
You know what else would be awesome if there was no coronavirus? But hey, that's life.
No, actually, I'm kind of enjoying it. So anyway, let's go to the next match. This is where the show starts falling off the cliff.
Kinda. Match number 3. This is easily the worst match of the night.
Oh, really? Yeah, I thought there were worse matches, by the way.
Oh, Johnny Gargano versus Keith Lee. By the way, Johnny Gargano. Remember, I told you how the way the set's set up and everybody's coming through the garage entrance. Johnny Gargano is the only one to come in through the door. He comes out through the door. He has a key because last week on Wednesday he keyed Keith Lee, but with car keys. But this is a house key. But, you know, he's signaling he's going to do something with the keys. He locks the door. They show him locking the door and then putting the keys in his trunks. It's very important to remember this, guys. And then he goes to the ring. Keith Lee comes out through the garage, and then they start fighting. And as they start fighting, there's a point where Gargano's too scared of Keith Lee, and he makes his way back to the entrance, and he goes to the door, but he can't open the door because the door is locked because he locked it. And he has the keys in his trunks. But he doesn't remember this. He starts banging on the door, asking for somebody to let him in. And they use this spot only because they put a fucking camera on the door. And it's him banging on the door, asking for someone to let him in. And Keith Lee coming towards him. Keith Lee gets him back, puts him back in the ring. They fight some more. They fall to the outside. Gargano breaks up the ref's count. And then he hits the one final beat, doesn't happen. By the way, he also gets pounced through the plexiglass.
Yeah, I saw that.
Really cool. That was really cool.
That was the only good thing about this match.
Yeah. So after breaks up the 10 count, as Gargano's coming back outside to go after Keith Lee, he pounced him through the plexiglass onto the floor in front of all the NXT guys. Then Keith Lee throws him back in the ring. He takes a couple of kicks to the face and stuff, but he doesn't get knocked out. He hits the BBC, but it's not Big Bang Clock. It's the Big Bang Catastrophe. Keith Lee wins. By the way, you were talking about how shitty Morrow is on commentary. If you watch this match again, and you gotta be very careful. There's a moment near the end where they muted Morrow. You could hear it. Morrow's midway into a speech, and they fucking cut him off. They actually muted him.
Do you think they said, didn't you have to calm down?
No, I think they just fucking hit the mute button on him, dude.
No, but I think they did that so Triple H could say to him, you need to relax.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. But if you watch that match again, you will see there's a point where it's where
either Gargano, that or Beth Phoenix punched him in the back of the fucking head, because I don't know how you could take sitting next to that guy.
No. It's like he legit was muted. Like it's not like he doesn't stop himself. He's talking and it just goes like off. It's the point where Gargano is like holding up Keith Lee, and I think he was trying to say something. I guess they wanted that to be audible, so they just fucking muted Morrow. As a commentator, you need to fucking pay attention to moments like that, you idiots. This was all right. What'd you think?
Honestly, I think this was the worst Keith Lee match I've ever seen. I think this exposed Johnny Gargano. He cannot work as a heel. It's not believable to have Gargano be a heel on a giant man like Keith Lee. It's not believable. It's the equivalent. And I know, like, we're trying to say what a great fucking wrestler Johnny Gargano is, but it's like what's the guy in AEW, Marco Stunt?
Yeah.
Marco Stunt and Murder Hawk, Lance Archer, and Lance Archer is like running scared from Marco's Stunt. That's how stupid it looks.
I mean, they tried to. I know what you're saying, and I actually agree with you. And to be fair, they did try to tell the story about how his Keith Lee, his hand was all fucked up, and Gargano kept working on the hand, but it still didn't make any sense because the guy's humongous, you know.
Yeah, but Gargano's got to wrestle. Gargano's got to wrestle more like a fucking coward when he fights these giant guys if he's going to be a heel. He can't be going all out like he's wrestling Adam Cole.
If you're gonna have like a big guy and a small guy go at it, the little guy, a big guy and a small guy, the small guy has to get his ass kicked the whole fucking time, and then make his fucking comeback near the end. This was the opposite. I just think this especially when the little guy is the heel. Yeah.
You know, this would be like if when Ultimate Warrior entered the ring, if Honky Tonk Man was like, I'm not scared of this guy, and just started punching him in the fucking face. Like, it just exposed Gargano this match, and they gotta turn him back into a good guy. Maybe they gotta turn him back into a good guy. Maybe they can use the Carrion crossing, it happens later, as a thing. He's horrible as a heel. He's completely exposed as someone who doesn't know what he's doing, which is fucking scary, because as a face, this guy was having like 5-star matches, and now he can barely fucking put a match together as a bad guy. He looks like an idiot.
That door spot where
it's so stupid.
It was the dumbest fucking thing.
You have the key in your balls. Who's he telling to open up the door?
He's the one who locked the door. He's the one who locked the door. He puts the key. Because of that alone, I was about to say this is the worst match in history. It's up there.
It's the worst Keith Lee match I've ever seen, and I think Keith Lee is the best. Yeah. But my thing is, I've never seen a worker go from face to heel. Usually when someone goes from face to heel, their work rate improves tremendously because they're more free to do like fucked up shit. This guy has plummeted. This guy has gone from, I can see this guy being champion of one of Raw SmackDown, to this guy should not be even employed. That's how bad he's got.
Okay, yeah, this was a bad match. But that one spot was cool, the plexiglass.
Yes, that was cool. That was all Keith. Keith Lee could do it to anybody. Yeah. To fucking Adam Cole. Why is Keith Lee not the fucking champ? I don't.
Right now he's North American.
No,
champ.
He should be the fucking champ. He should be the centerpiece of this fucking brand.
Hey, that might be happening. Who knows? We get our second good humor commercial. This time it's Shotzi Blackheart just shoving it down our throat, and then you forgot about the Ico Pro commercial. That was before this match. That's right. Yeah. Adam Cole did an Ico Pro commercial, really short though, very very short.
But it was a parody of Bret Hart's version.
Oh,
can I tell you? Like everybody always thought Bret Hart was small. If you compare Bret Hart to Adam Cole, because he did the exact same pose Bret Hart did back in like '93. If you compare them, Adam Cole looks like a baby compared to Bret Hart. And Bret Hart's supposed to be a small guy.
Back then, small guys are nothing compared to the small guys today.
Yeah.
Like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels was because they're not that small compared to like some of the guys today. But yeah, they did an Ico Pro Adam Cole commercial right before the Gargano match, and after this Gargano match, they had the Shotzi Blackheart, Bronson Reed eating the Good Humor ice cream sandwiches, which they're ice cream sandwiches, right? Yeah.
Yeah. They're not bars. They used to be bars on their ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, they do look tasty. Then we get Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream in I think it's called the Backlot Brawl. This is the fourth match, and this is the only match that's it's not in the ring. It is outside where they had set up in the parking lot. There's a ring set up, and there's cars all around it with their headlights on, shining to the ring. Adam Cole arrives in a monster truck. Mm-hmm. Is this the same? I already forgot. What does Becky drive?
She drove a monster truck. I don't know if it's the same one.
Isn't it the same one? They just painted over it, you think?
I mean, that's what I would do in the middle of a COVID crisis.
Buy
two monster trucks. And Becky Lynch ain't coming back anytime soon anyway, so.
Be like, we need 2 monster trucks.
By the way, did you see the picture of her where her hair is now like regular color, just no longer red?
Yeah.
She looks 50 times hotter with her natural hair color.
Yeah, she does look better. And I will tell you one thing from looking at that picture. People can say whatever they want about Seth Rollins. He is living a good fucking life, and he does not give a shit. He's got a good life, man.
I mean, just that he gets to sleep with that, he's already won. He still fucking stinks. All right?
Nah, he's got a great life. Good for you, Adam.
Doesn't matter. Okay, he's a great life, but get him off my fucking TV so he can live his great life.
Yeah. So Adam Cole comes in with a monster truck that may or may not be Becky's monster truck, but it's all painted over with shocking system on it. Then we get Velveteen Dream coming in a yellow Lamborghini.
Or as Morrow called it, a lamb.
No, he called it a Lambo.
Oh, that was even worse. A Lambo. And I was like,
he called it a Lambo. Yeah.
Somebody shoot this fucking guy.
By the way, there was actually I'll go into it later, but he's dressed up like Negan. He's got the leather jacket, he's got the fucking scarf, and he's got Lucille the Bat. And it was almost pointless because as soon as he comes to the ring, Adam Cole's like, you better drop that bat or you're not coming into this ring. He drops the bat right away. They start fighting. By the way, this one, it's nighttime when they're filming this. And if you look, there's a clock. And the clock said 12:15. So I'm assuming if that clock is not like a fake clock.
No, they shot this late at night, I heard.
Yeah, they're filming
all night. The night they filmed it, you notice there's rain on the cars.
Oh, yeah. They filmed this at 12:15 a.m. then. That's what the time. It actually says that. The spot where they're fighting in the parking lot and a car pulls up and it's an Uber. And the girl goes, did anybody order an Uber? And they fight through. It's a minivan with the open both doors. And they fight through her minivan. I don't think Uber drivers would do that. They just pull up to random people and get anybody order an Uber. Would they do that?
No.
No, they wouldn't do that.
Nothing that WWE has regular people do, they would ever do.
Yeah.
Including the cops breaking up the axe throwing contest 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream, actually, they're up on the ladder, and then a car starts coming in with flashing their headlights into Dream's eyes. It's the Undisputed Era, but Adam Cole gets thrown off the ladder, lands on the car, breaks the windshield, arms all bleeding, and the Undisputed Era, which is basically just Fish and Strong, they're trying to help out, but then Dexter Lumis crawls out from under the ring. He puts both of them in the trunk of a different car and he drives off, so it's still back one-on-one. A lot of chairs in the middle of the ring. Adam Cole hits the Panama Sunrise on the chairs, which is like the flipping power driver, and counts 1, 2, 3. Velveteen Dream lost. He can no longer challenge for the NXT Championship belt as long as Adam Cole is holding it. I believe that was the stipulation, right? Mm-hmm. So there it is. Adam Cole wins. Dream can no longer challenge him. This was better than Gargano and Keith Lee.
I didn't like this at all. I'll tell you why I didn't like it. I thought it was the weakest cinematic match I've seen since Corona. I thought,
Agreed.
The other 4 were just show stealers. And this was, when it started raining, they should have just held off and filmed it another day. It was hard to see what was going on. The other thing about this match is I feel like this match is almost like killing off Velveteen Dream as any type of future.
I don't think he has a future anymore.
I don't think he has a future either.
Remember the sexting stuff? I don't think he has a future anymore.
They said they're going to move him to Raw or SmackDown. I think he's going to basically, and I've said this since the beginning. I don't think Vince gets him at all. And
no, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna move him to SmackDown or Raw, right? Job him out for a few months, and then be like, "Hey, it's not working out. Can let him go?" And they will not get into any trouble because they don't want him there. He's that whole sexting and minor thing. That's a very bad look, but you can't just fire them because of that. Because
they don't know if it's true or not. They still don't know.
Exactly. So what you do, you put him on Raw, you fucking just job him out, you job him straight out until he's got no more value, and then just say the whole, hey, it doesn't look like it's working out, and then you let him go, and then there's your out, basically. That is your out. That's what's gonna happen.
What do you think? Well, here's what I was gonna say to you because you're a great guy. What do you think? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, my whole point about this was that like this did not do him any favors to Dream. I felt this match was made to make Adam Cole look strong. Yes. But like at the same time, it wasn't fun to watch because the bad guy won fair and square over the good guy. And it was like, then why did I invest all these months in this story between these two if the bad guy's going to just decisively throw away the good guy at the end of it? And it wasn't fun to watch. The other cinematic matches were fun to watch because you felt like there was like a progress of the storyline happening. Mm-hmm. But this wasn't. It was just miserable. I thought it wasn't good at all.
I can't say it was miserable, but I was watching it expecting something to happen, which nothing did.
And nothing that happened was that like crazy. Like there were moments during all the other matches where you're like, what? That's so crazy. This match had none of that.
And Mauro Ranallo fucked up a call in that match too. There's a moment where Adam Cole has him in the Panama Sunrise position, and Dream turned it into a Dream Valley Driver, but he still called it the Panama Sunrise. And Tom Phillips, he corrected him. There's Beth Phoenix, Tom Phillips, and Mauro Ranallo, or realistically, it's Mauro Ranallo, and Mauro Ranallo. We're on comments tonight.
Tom Phillips had like 2 lines, I think.
Yeah, and one of them was trying to correct Velveteen Dream. Mauro Ranallo.
So I did not like this match either. This was very disappointing.
Yeah, it was. If you're really into the cinematic matches because you're like think they're so much fun, do not watch this one. It will change your opinion on it.
Yeah, it's like these aren't fun.
Yeah, but you know what was also this next thing was kind of fun. Todd Pettengill is back, and he is shelling out T-shirts, telling everybody to buy these T-shirts. Mm-hmm. And then he goes, "We call this 900 number. Oh wait, we don't do 900 numbers anymore, because Todd Pettengill is a fucking idiot now. He doesn't know he was."
Well, he's basically trapped in the 90s.
Yeah, and then he shows, he talks about his favorite thing, AOL, and he shows DX like working with like a really old computer. None of this was funny. None of this was funny at all. WWE needs to stop doing comedy. They're just really bad with their comedy. It just doesn't. It looks so hokey because they're trying so hard. None of it looks natural. It's just not funny.
No.
You know?
Well, he was funny.
No, I don't think he was funny.
Well, I just like seeing him again because I know he's had a rough patch with PLJ getting shut down.
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? He was the best announcer the whole fucking night.
I will tell you what. I think you said this, but I will second it. I would like to see him get a job with them again. Like a full-time job where I don't know what you could do, make him just be like this goofy retro backstage announcer.
I think it'd be cool to have him in the back and be like, "Hey guys," like I think it'd be cool to have him just like run down the pay-per-view cards. Like they go like, "Oh, okay, so hey,
have him do some of the pre-shows or something like that."
Yeah, have him do the pre-shows and stuff like that. Yeah. Instead of Sam Roberts and Pete Rosenberg, get him to do the pre-shows.
Jesus. Okay, so we didn't even talk about this. There was a pre-show before this.
Oh, I was unwatchable.
Do not watch it. You do not have to watch it. Now, some of you guys will say, hey, but sometimes there's a match at a pre-show. No, this one had no match.
Sam Roberts being a snarky asshole.
No, it's Sam Roberts and Pat McAfee pretending to be in a feud with each other. And
Sam Roberts is so bad.
Scott Stanford showed up or something like that, right?
Yeah. I know we shouldn't, because Sam Roberts has comedians on his show, but I don't care at this point. He's never gonna have me on. And also comedy, we're all gonna die. He's not good on this. I would prefer Tom Pettengill.
I would 100% prefer Todd Pettengill on a pre-show. There's no point in this pre-show. It was a waste of time.
Let's go to the next match.
All right. Match number 5: Carrion Cross versus Champa. They still did that stupid ass intro where she lip syncs.
She looks great though.
Syncs. Yeah, I guess, but she's lip syncing the song, the entrance song, and as soon as the song is ending, their entrance theme is ending. Everybody in the NXT audience starts chanting "Fall and Pray."
Oh, it's so forced
because that is what their gimmick is.
That's they want because they want audiences to chant that when they come back.
Yeah. Cross looked really good. Just completely dominated Champa. Puts him in the cross jacket finisher, which is like that body vice choke, and chokes him out, and he wins. It's very short. This is the shortest match of the night. Cross looked good. A lot of intensity. This match was what you needed to do.
Okay, but now they should have used somebody else besides Champa.
No, Ciampa's done.
Well, I think they should have built more.
Done. I think Ciampa's done. I don't think he can wrestle anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think physically he's done.
Okay. Well, I mean, no, this match it's good to Cross good, but I'm just they kind of pushed Ciampa as a top guy for how many years now, and then he loses so quick to Carrion Cross.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do think Ciampa has said he won't go to Raw or SmackDown no matter what. So I do think that they're we're willing to sacrifice Ciampa to get this guy over, because I think in Cross they see someone who could be a world champion.
Carrion Cross looked really good. I mean, he looked like $1 million.
I still don't like this match.
Ciampa put him over $1 million. I like this match because I think it did what it did. Now, some of you guys will probably say the same thing that Ray is saying right now, which is he's a top guy. Why would you put him over? I think Ciampa might need to take a little exit. I think he's hurting. That's just my opinion. I think he might be. He needs a couple of months off, and I think this is the best. This is. He didn't tap out. He just got knocked out, right? Mm-hmm. And then you take him off of TV for however long you need to get him fixed up. You bring him back and do the thing. But right now, I think he needs to be out, and I think that's why they did this. If it's not, then you fucking wasted a money match.
Yeah, because if Ciampa is having a 90-minute match with Adam Cole the next pay-per-view, I'm going to be like, what?
Yeah.
They
might fuck it up, yeah.
I still didn't nothing in this takeover excited me. I really do feel like they need to resettle their storyline starting on Wednesday, because nothing really excited me.
Well, they do have some story. No, but that's the whole point of this.
All right, next match.
Keith Lee beats Gargano. That storyline's done. They're gonna probably move on to the other things. At least Adam Cole.
Damian Priest lost the Finn.
Adam Cole beat Velveteen Dream.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. They really do need to do a reset on Wednesday. They need better stories.
But that's what I think. I think tonight was you're finishing off all these storylines and you're starting new stuff, because Adam Cole's got to get a new contender because Dream can't go after him anymore. That's a new one right there. Mm-hmm. Cross Ciampa, that's over. I think pretty much.
I hope.
Cross is gonna so Cross is gonna move on to another thing, and then you have Robert Stone. They showed Robert Stone all drunk and shit, just hanging out. That part I liked. He was just
good. I like that.
Yeah, he's just drunk and he's just scratching his nipples and shit. And then they said that Renee Young is going to be interviewing Triple H live on Facebook right after the show, which we're not going to watch because we're doing this. And then we get down to our 6th and final match: Rhea Ripley coming out first, then Io Shirai, then Charlotte for the NXT Women's title. Rhea, by the way, she's wearing 2 different color eye contacts, making her look like Marilyn Manson. There's points where she really looked like Marilyn Manson because she got the same sharp nose and the different fucking eyes.
Yeah, she kind of looked weird tonight. Not hot.
Yeah. There's a point where the crowd's getting really into these back and forths, and then Io Shirai like fucked something up with Rhea Ripley, and then like the audience just dies. That part where they like fucked up a move, and the audience just died. I was like, come on, guys, you're supposed to be fucking cheering anyway. Anyways, there's a moment where they start going outside. Charlotte takes Io and throws her through the Windowtron, and then she starts fighting some more with Rhea Ripley. And then you look up, Io has somehow climbed up to the top of the house setup, and she jumps off, hits them both. Then they go fight some more in the ring. Charlotte has Rhea in the figure 8, and then Io Shirai does a moonsault and lands right on Rhea Ripley's face and covers her while Charlotte's in the figure 8. 1, 2, 3. Io is now the new NXT champion. This is a big surprise for me because the rumors were she's going to Raw. I guess she's not. But I was
Rhea Ripley on Raw instead.
I was not expecting Io to win, but this match was good. I like this match. Charlotte, you can see whatever anyone says, she's solid in the ring.
Okay.
And this match was all 3 are solid. This was a good match. It was an ending that I was not expecting, and this is a new thing, new champion we're getting into.
Yeah, I thought this was the best match of the night. Easily, not even close. Nothing came close to this match tonight.
And at the end, they had streamers and shit.
Yeah. I was glad Io Shirai won. I know. Hey, I talk shit about Charlotte all week long, but she fucking delivers in the ring. That doesn't mean I want to see her 3 nights a week cut the same fucking promo over and over again. Just show up, and I'm kind of glad now. Do not have her come back on NXT. Just keep her on Raw. But yeah, I'm glad that Io Shirai won the title.
Yeah, I think overall, this whole takeover, they ended a lot of things, and I'm hoping that it leaves the door open that they move on to new things. Yeah. If it comes back on Wednesday and it's not,
and it's Charlotte beating up Io Shirai, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
And if it's like Dream coming back on like, just give me one more shot. And if it's like Champa coming back and like, oh, I didn't tap out, I want to.
Johnny Gargano being like, hey, get over here.
Yeah, then this takeover served no purpose. But if this was the culmination of a lot of feuds, and now we're gonna see new ones, this was a fun, to me, under the circumstances, this was a very fun pay-per-view to watch.
I thought
less than 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Yes, I thought it was a weak-ass pay-per-view. I only loved one match. Every other match I could take or leave. And there were some matches I fucking hated, like Keith Lee and Adam Cole. Which is, if Keith Lee and Adam Cole are having terrible matches, you've got to go back to the drawing board and like rewrite some of these stories because these guys usually steal the show. So I would recommend avoiding this fucking thing. Just watch the Charlotte match.
I would recommend watching it. I think it was fun.
I would recommend committing suicide before you watch this. So. Hey, I'll tell you this.
I would recommend getting those ice cream sandwiches.
AEW had a better pay-per-view than this.
AEW's pay-per-view was better. Yes, I agree.
So, and you know me. All right, so that's the show for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be back with Raw. Are you excited?
No.
No, me neither. All right, we'll see you tomorrow night for Raw. Thank you guys. That was your In Your House post show. And now we're out. We're out of your house.